Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will present to you our group project by group Nebawatt. The title for our project is Study on how much time spent a week for men and women to do outdoor activities that affect the frequency of getting sick in 6 months. These are our group members. First we have Muhammad Hanif bin MAZLAN. Then there's me, ILHAN THANI, Ahmad Hafidz, Muhammad DANISH HAKIMI, and lastly Muhammad AMMAR. The abstract for our group project is that this study looks at how much outdoor activities affect on women and how often men and women get sick. The highlight from our study is that both men and female will get less illness and better physical health the more that they do outdoor activities. So it is important to make outdoor activities part of your routine for better health. The introduction for our group project is the study aims to investigate the weekly time allocation of men and women towards outdoor activities and its correlation with the frequency of illness over a 6-month period. This is our first question. With where are you from? Next, what gender are you? Third, how many hours do we spend a week doing outdoor activity? Fourth, in 6 months, how often do we get sick, such as flu, cold, and more? And lastly, does doing outdoor activity help improve our physical health? Based on a scale of 1 to 5, and of course 1 is the lowest, 5 is the best. And we also have data set for male. We have a lot of male respondents, and we also have a lot of data set for female. We also have a lot of female respondents. Okay, next we move to our method, the preliminary analysis. This is table 4.1, the frequency distribution for students that time spent on outdoor activities. This is our first graph, pie chart graph number 1. It is genders on outdoor activities. We can see that men do more outdoor activities than women. Next, it is a pie chart about students on time spent on outdoor activities. As you can see, most of the students spend 3 to 4 hours doing outdoor activities in a week. And the third graph, the relationship on students of how doing outdoor activity help improve physical health. As you can see, most of the student agrees that the more they do outdoor activity, the more their physical health gets better. And lastly, we can see the pie chart graph number 4, students and how often they get sick in 6 months. As you can see, most of the students rarely get any sick, with this 40% of them. And okay, we continue to relationship between gender and time spent doing outdoor activities. As you can see, most of the male do 1 to 2 hours of outdoor activities, and most of the female do 3 to 4 hours of outdoor activities. This is our table graph. The same thing, but table graph. Okay, then we use the formula to find the mean with this 4. Okay, by the way, this is male. For males, the mean is 4. The median is 3.71. The model class is 1 to 2 hours. The mode is 9, and the mid range is 4.5. Okay, then we find the variance for male. We use this formula, and then the variance we got 4.6296. Then the standard deviation is square root of it. It is the answer is 2.152. Next, we use the Chebyshev's theorem to make sure that our answer is correct. We use this formula 1 minus 1 over k squared. And first we need to let k equals to 2. And the answer will fall between negative 0.304 and 8.304. Then for k equals to 3, the answer will fall between negative 2.456 and 10.456. And lastly, for let k equals to 4, the data will fall between negative 4.608 and 12.608. Okay, then we move to female. The mean for female is 4.75, the median is 3.5, the model class is 3 to 4 hours, the mode is 9 females, and the mid-range is 4.5. We use this formula, the same formula to find variance. The female variance is 4.8075 and the standard deviation is 2.1926. We still use the Chebyshev's theorem. For k equals to 2, the data set will fall between 0.3648 and 9.1352. For k equals to 3, the data set will fall between negative 1.8278 and 11.3278. And lastly, for k equals to 4, the data set will fall between negative 4.024 and 13.5204. Okay, now we move to the next subtopic with this. In 6 months, how often do we get sick? As you can see, most of the students get sick rarely, with this 0 to 3 times, because they do outdoor activities. And the mean for this part with this male is 5.5, the mode is 5.52, the mid range is 6.5, the variance is 235.2, and the standard deviation is 15.34. Okay, we also use the same Chebyshev's theorem, which is when the k equals to 2, the data set will fall between negative 25.18 and 36.18. For k equals to 3, the data set will fall between negative 40.52 and 51.52. Okay, next we move to female. How often females got sick in 6 months? For the mean, females gets is 5.97, the mode is 5.5, the mid range is 6.5, the variance is 105.14, and the standard deviation is 10.25. We still use the Chebyshev's theorem. For Chebyshev's theorem, k equals to 2, the data set will fall between negative 15.53 and 35.97, and for k equals to 3, data set will fall between negative 25.78 and 35.2.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. My name is Hafidz, and today I'm to present my topic given for this presentation, which is about does doing outdoor activities help improve your physical health? Well, let's go. So, in the hindsight, yes, obviously, exercise is healthy for us. It gives us many benefits, but let's go that into it by researching some people. Based on this product I got here, which is about 54%. And based on the data I got, I made a histogram and also the table. As you can see, the total and the the male and female counterpart. And after we get the data, well, what are we waiting for? Let's go and find a data set. So, as you can see, the mean, I use the formula here to get the mean 4.167, and the mode and model class, since this is unlooked data, so there is no like data range between level 20 or something like that. So we don't need to use that complicated formula and just find the most frequency. Like I'll show you here. The table below. Look, the 5 have 78, which is the most frequency. So we'll pick that as a mod. And moving on to the variance and standard deviation, which is just using the formula, and the ST, we just square the variance. And we got the answer 1.126. And after we get the mean and the standard deviation, we can finally use the Chebyshev's theorem. And according to Chebyshev's theorem, that at least still 3/4 or 70% of data values will fall within two standard deviation, which the 2 is standard over k, and k is like the 2, 3, 4, and many more. But usually the 2 is minimum and 4 is maximum. And using the k, we can find the range and add two standard deviation to the mean separately to find the range. And as you can see, just mean and minus the 2 standard, the 2 is k, and we find the range of the two subject, and 1.915 and 6.119. And we can assume that 70% of database will fall between 1.915 and 6.419. And the same goes for the 3. Just replace the k with the 3 and then do the same thing as 2, and we got the answer and 88.89%. But here is different because look, the value is negative. So what to do? Well, technically it's still correct, but it's not critical because it's too precise for the data correction we needed. So just ignore it. And we just pick the previous one, which is 88.9% or the K value of 3 standard deviation. And after that, let's find the female counterpart, which is the same as the male. Find the mean and the mode and the variance and standard deviation, this is we before. And then we find the theorem and then find the Chevreul theorem using the data and mean and standard deviation. And the same thing as before, but I made a quick illustration to display how I find the answer, which is the same. The data is before in 70% is 0.319 and 6.847. And also this because I want to make this more interesting, so I show this illustration right here. It's basically just a same concept as the K equal to a male counterpart, but the female counterpart is negative on the 3 standard deviation. So we ignore the 3 and pick the previous one, which is 2. And that's how I found the database in female counterpart as for into standard deviation. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, we also do random test. This is the random test that I had done. The H0 is the arrangement is random. H1, the arrangement is not random. For step 2, finding the critical value. Step 3, computing the test value. And step 4, making a decision. And from our random test, we decide that our data are collected randomly. Okay, next we go to general discussion. First, we use slide to research overview. We explore the time allocation and patterns of outdoor activities among university students. The key findings of our general discussion is that both male and female students will improve their physical health when they do outdoor activities, and they also will rarely get sick. Then we also balance the priorities. We emphasize the importance of balancing academic responsibilities and physical health. For research limitations, we only do it among IIM students, and it may not be universally applicable to diverse student population. Our sample size is only 54 IIUM students, and the generalizability is that we acknowledge the limited sample size may restrict the generalization to a broader student population. Okay, for our conclusion and recommendation, we start with the recommendation. It is first we need to use more diverse participant sample, include participants from other universities such as UBM, UM, or UKM, to improve the representative of study population. And then we need to add more variables such as specific outdoor activities and social interactions. So, in conclusion, the study did not provide conclusive evidence for either the initial hypothesis among IIM university students. They urge further research with the broader participant pool and a comprehensive investigation into multifaceted factors. And lastly, emphasizes the need for an expansive and diverse sample size for more definitive conclusions and broader generalization. Thank you. This is all for our presentation.